Yo, what's going on? I'm Jay Cartere from growonyoutube.com, teaching you how to be better. And in this video, this is going to be my patron thank you video, but we're going to be doing that at the end. This is a big update video for anyone playing on my ARK server, so you really need to pay attention if you're playing on my ARK server, as there are going to be some big changes, and I'm going to be letting you know why these changes are happening in this video, so I don't have to continually explain myself to people. So first of all, I want to walk you through the evolution of how we got to where we are now and how my server started. So I've currently got like 3 ARK servers on 3 different maps, a part of a cluster. And the way it started is I started on Ragnarok. We had 1 ARK server and the cluster was patron only, or the server was patron only. You had to become a patron in order to play on the server. And the reason I did this is so that I could fund the cost of the server and ensure that we had mature players coming on the server, because the whole point of creating these servers was so that mature ARK players can play together and we can get rid of the salty squeakers and that sort of stuff. So I done that for a little while. I saw that having it locked behind Patreon made us have less players, which was, you know, obvious. And I eventually decided to open it up to bring more players in so that patrons could have more PvP fun. Now, what that led to after opening it up was that we just got a bunch of basically salty kids, a bunch of people who didn't read the rules, a bunch of people who just came in to play and did loads of BS. Then we was getting a bunch of people, you know, saying, oh, this person broke the rules, moaning about this, moaning about that. So we had to change the rules eventually until it became what it was now, so that only patrons get support, because it was just chaos. Too many people were asking for too many things and it was just chaos, especially with all the free players who weren't contributing to the server. And I don't think we put on a password at that point. There may have been a password at some point, but I kind of got rid of that. And yeah, so we had it was patron only, then we opened it up to everyone, and there's still the patrons and all that sort of stuff. And it's basically been open for quite a long time, but we had different registration processes. First, you had to fill out the quiz, and well, I don't think that was the first one, but that was the last one I can remember. You had to fill out the quiz and you had to be a certain age in order to come and play on the server, and then I'd give you the DLs and you can come and play. Then I got rid of that because it was taking up way too much of my time to be, you know, checking every player that came on the server. And I tried to appoint moderators, but they didn't do anything. They didn't do that, so I had to do it all myself. So I got rid of that. I created a new process which makes it much more streamlined for people to come in. But then again, it also brings in a bunch of, you know, younger people and people who aren't mature. And then I promoted the server without focusing on the fact that people had to register. I told them, yo, you have to register, but I showed them, you know, you can just type in the server name and get into the server, which also led to more people coming in. But the whole point of that was to see how many people I could bring into the servers whilst making it open and not making it a closed server, and making it as easy as possible for people to join. And we got up there, we got to like 20 something players. Almost, I think we got to 30 players on Ragnarok at one point. And if I kept on going, if I keep on going for like the next year, we'd probably max out all the servers if I fling up like 2 more promotional videos or something. But that's not what I'm going for. That's not what I'm going for. The whole point of these servers is to build a tight-knit community of mature players, and the amount of stress and BS and drama I have to deal with having the servers open just isn't worth it. So now, yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I changed the servers to password protected only, because people had attacked the patron warehouse. Again, it's happened multiple times throughout having the server open, and it's very, very annoying because it means I have to come in and log on and repair everything and ban people and deal with that, and it's just not worth the time that I need to do that when I've got other shit to do, like my businesses to run that actually pay the bills and shit like that. Like, I don't want to have to be having to come onto ARK to fix something because someone was a dickhead and thought, let me blow this up. So I wanted to cut that out. So I password protected the servers. There were people who moaned about that and all that sort of stuff. Whatever. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Password protected the servers. And basically, today, someone in a tribe that got banned was on the servers, and I had changed the password for the servers after that person got banned. So either they got back into the Discord under a different profile and they got the server password, or someone leaked the server password to them. So I've totally gotten rid of that now. I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't want to have to deal with the conspiracies, the people who are sitting out there leaking the password and all that sort of shit. No, 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 getting rid of that. It's going to be Patreon only from now on. It's going to be Patreon only from now on. There are a few reasons why. Because, you know, I can't trust. I thought that if we went to just registered players, you had to register to play on the server to get the password, then we cut down the amount of BS, we cut down the amount of things that people are doing that they shouldn't be doing. But people are leaking the password and people are able to get in and get the password when they shouldn't. So going to Patreon only just makes more sense. It's going to have less stress for me, and it's going to be a better experience for the patrons playing on the server. Now, there are some cons to this. There are going to be less players on the server overall, because just because people become a patron doesn't mean they're playing all the time. So they're going to be lower number counts, and I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that. I'd rather have the lower number counts so I don't have to deal with all the BS that I have been dealing with. But if you're a patron and you're like, okay, I don't want to play on the low number count or whatever, and you want to leave, then fair enough. I would suggest you stick around, as we will grow as we did in the past and as it consistently does. All I need to do is put out a few more promo videos, and we'll get a bunch of, you know, people who come in to become patrons who are mature players. And you only have to become a patron at $1 to come and play on the server. So if you can't donate $1 per month, then that's your choice. That's your personal choice, saying I don't want to donate $1 a month, because everyone has $1. I don't care how poor you are, you have $1. I was super poor last year. I had $1 if I really wanted to play on a server. So don't have any excuses or anything like that. But it is going to be Patreon only. I'm going to tell you how the Patreon only thing's going to work, because some people may be like, okay, I'm a patron, but I have people in my tribe. Can they come, or do they have to be patrons? And I've got the, I don't know what I'd call this, the tiers. Basically, I'm going to update the tiers on the Patreon page. That hasn't been done yet. But basically, if you're a $3 patron, you can bring one person. If you're a $5 patron, you can bring 2 people. $10, you can bring 3. $20, you can bring 4. And that's how we're doing it right about now. I may, you know, raise the amounts and the people that you can bring throughout the patron tiers. If you want to go check that out, go to patreon.com/Jay Cartere. And that's how that's going to work right about now. You'll need to post your tribe members in the patron. What did I call it? Let me quickly check. I just made a chat called Post Your Tribe Members. Yeah, and it's under the patrons only tab or category in the Discord. So once you post that there, I'll be able to see who you're bringing for your tribe, and they won't get banned. If I see anyone on the servers that I don't know, they're just getting banned. I'm getting rid of every single one that I don't know, because I cannot be bothered to deal with this shit anymore. The stress and the time is not worth it. Not worth it at all. So we will be opening the servers to the public on the weekends. And the reason I'm doing this is because it allows new blood to come in. It allows new people to find the server and see what's up, and be able to come in and interact with people on the server. And, you know, you can explain to them, you know, it's patron only. It's only on the weekends you guys can come in and all that sort of shit. And then they can decide whether they want to become a patron or not, or whether they want to get the fuck out of it, which was basically the kind of model that I had before when it was just completely open. But this really limits it, and it's more exclusive to patrons, because really the servers are for patrons. The servers are for patrons. If you didn't know that, now you know. The servers have always been for the patrons. The people that got in free, that was to serve the patrons and give them a better experience. But you guys are too moany. you're not following rules, you're doing loads of BS. There are some free players that, you know, are great, and they just get on with it and they don't moan and they just play the game and they follow the rules, and you know, that's perfectly fine. But you know, everyone needs to become a patron now. Like, I don't want to be dealing with all this BS and dealing with all this drama and shit, and I know I'll deal with less of it if everyone who's playing on the server actually has some stakes in it and is actually being a patron. So that's how that is. This is going to lead to less stress, less kids, more mature players. The aim is to create a community of mature players that will slowly grow. I don't want to just create a big, large server of just anyone, which is what was happening, and it was just leading to chaos. I want a tight-knit community of mature players that are not salty squeakers and that are able to reason, and you can have fun playing with them. That is what I'm going for here, and that is what we're going to be focusing on. I'd rather less players than a bunch of kids, and I will shoot a promo video next month. I'm currently recording this in July. Haven't really recorded any videos this month because I've had renovations going on in the flat, which is really fucking annoying because the council is doing it, so it's taking forever. It's supposed to take 20 days. It's gone past 20 days. It's still going on. I'm not happy about that, and that's had me really stressed, really anxious. My sleeping pattern's shitty, so I don't want any more stress on top of that. No more stress on top of that. I want to get rid of all that shit, and just having all these free people on the server isn't worth it. It isn't worth the stress that I've had to deal with. It isn't worth all the banned people who come back and are super salty. It just isn't worth it. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I'd rather not, and I don't need to. I don't need to. There are going to be people who are upset, like, oh, I'm a free player, I just wanted to play, blah, blah, blah. You know, there are other free servers. You're not entitled to play on my server. If you can't donate $1, then that must mean you're not mature and you're not an adult, because any mature adult, if you don't have $1, then things are going wrong in your life. And if you're a kid, then you're not supposed to be on the server anyways. Like, you were lucky that you got to play on the server for as long as you did. So that's the way it's going to work. I hope this made sense to you guys. Now we're going to go through and basically thank all the current patrons. Let's see. So these are everyone. This is everyone who's currently a patron. If I miss you out or something, please let me know down below, because I just recently added the new patrons to the list. Thank you, Crimshade, William Stone Wolves, Apoc Legends, Rosalind 912, Michael S, TZT Gods, Jackson RB, Aishbanish, Charlie 7 Manson, Glasgow Gaming, Austin H, Big Tommy, Hunter G, OK, Justin S, Tom C, Baby Belair, Adam Sly, Scott P, Gerald E, Hunter, and Carlos E. So that is that. And as I said, I know we're going to lose a bunch of players. We may lose a bunch of patrons, but we're going to get more players. We're going to get more patrons. That's just the way it's going to work. It's going to be slower than having the server open, but I think it's way better for the long run, as we'll just have better quality players instead of just having a quantity of a bunch of players. I'd rather have like 15 cool players that you're able to get in touch with, and you can be like, yo, what's going on here? You can actually have conversations with them and see what's going on. Then I have, you know, 100 people where 75 of them are kids and they're saying, you know, BS in the chat and all that sort of shit. Like, we're just getting rid of that. I'm going to be putting up this video today, hopefully editing all the information and stuff, and we're going to change it over to a patron only server. If you're upset and you want to play on the server, become a patron. If you're upset and you're not going to become a patron, I don't care. Keep it moving. There are other servers. You're not entitled to play on this one. Don't ever think that you are. This was a patron only server to begin with. I tested out having it open to see what would happen, and it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. It hasn't been worth it. It's been more stress and taking more time than it's worth, definitely. And when we get to, you know, $200 in patrons, then I'll start doing events and stuff. And I think having the server more exclusive will persuade more people to become patrons, and then we'll actually have a better server overall, because I'll be able to dedicate more time to it and do more events and stuff like that. But yeah, I know people are going to leave their opinions down below. If you're not a patron, I don't really care about your opinion, because it really doesn't matter. As I said before, the server is for the patrons. It's not for random people who just want to play. I opened it up to my community, but I got a lot of just random people who aren't even in my community coming and playing on the servers and expecting me to treat them like they're a customer. Like, come on, stop being so fucking entitled. But yeah, that's the video. Thank you, patrons. You guys make the this shit, dealing with this server shit, worth it. If I didn't have any patrons, I would have probably shut down the server or just not paid attention to the Discord and all that sort of stuff and just let people do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. If I didn't have any patrons, there'd be no patron warehouse, so I wouldn't really care. I just let people do whatever the fuck. But then maybe the server would be shut down because, you know, what's the point at that point? And yeah, I don't know. Hopefully we get more patrons. If we don't, then them's the apples. I don't know. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Like, either way, I'm cool because it's less stress for me and I need to de-stress. Like, I cannot be taking on so many projects and so much stress and me trying to split myself so thin and do this and do that and do this and do that. Now I want to do what I want to do, and I'm sick and tired of mediating between kids. It's just annoying as fuck, man. It's annoying as fuck, and I'm not your parent. I don't want to deal with any kids anymore, and I don't want to ramble in this video, so that's going to be the end. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Peace. If you want to learn how I got over 23,000 subscribers and millions of views on my YouTube gaming channel, then you are in luck. Sign up to this free course right now. Link will be in the card, in the description, and in the pinned comment. Or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. In this course, you will learn the best way to write your video titles, tags, and descriptions to help you rank on the first page of YouTube. It's simple when you know what to do. I'll also show you a hack that will help you choose the right key phrases and help you create videos that can rank and get views no matter what game you play. Stop struggling to grow your YouTube gaming channel and start doing what works. Click on the link in the description or go to growonyoutube.com/20k SEO course. This course will not be up forever, so get in there as soon as possible. I hope to see you here soon, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey of turning your passion into your career.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long. So all this warmth I share with you.